What's up everybody? Welcome back to another video on my channel. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Evan Andrews, and here on my channel we are coming at you from everything from a creative standpoint, from design, videography, and photography. What we're gonna do today on this video is we are gonna hit something that we haven't yet on the channel, and that is something from the design aspect. So more specifically, we're gonna talk about logo design, and I'm gonna show you guys in the computer how in just a few short steps you can conceptualize your own simple minimalistic style logo that will help jumpstart your brand or your business when doing marketing and promotional material. So if you guys have not already, please go now and subscribe to this channel where we will be bringing you new videos every Friday from, like I said, the creative standpoint of graphic design, videography, and photography. So if you guys like this video, please make sure you go hit the like button right now. It helps me out in the algorithm and it lets me know that you guys like more content like the tutorials that I'm bringing to you today. In today's video, we are going to go over, like I said, logo design and what makes for a good simplistic or minimalist logo that can help to jumpstart your branding for your new business. So we are going to first jump into the computer and I am going to show you guys what I would do if a client came to me and was asking for a logo design. So we're gonna jump into the computer right now and get this going. All right guys, so we are here in the computer now, and for today's purposes, I'm going to be using Adobe Illustrator to show you guys how I design my logos. Now you can use more apps like Canva online, which is okay if you are not a graphic designer and don't really have this computer skills maybe to navigate some of that stuff. For the purposes, again, like I said, I'm gonna be using Adobe Illustrator because this is what I primarily work in. If you don't have Adobe Illustrator, I mean, you can go get it. I think it's like 20 bucks a month, or you can pay like $6.50 or 60 bucks a month for the whole suite and do that and kind of grow in the graphic designer world if that's what you're looking to do. So like I said, for the purposes of today, we'll be in Adobe Illustrator. So what I want this video to do is I really just want to explain how you can conceptualize a very minimal style logo for your company or your brand. So for the purposes of this video, I created a fake business name and we're gonna call it Reese's Repair, and we're just gonna say that they are a mobile glass repair company for your glass windows in your home. So we'll call them Reese's Repair, and the company colors are navy and white. So I like to start with a typeface that I might like for the branding for the company. So what I'll do is I will go in here and I will just type in, let's say it's Reese, R-E-E-S-E. Spell check is a most important thing when you are designing logos. So Reese's Repair, we have that. So what I first want to do is I first want to look for a typeface that I think was gonna go well with their branding. Everybody kind of has their style when it comes to logos. When I think a glass repair company, I think kind of professional, not necessarily like a wacky or a futuristic or anything like that. I think just very sleek, clean would work for this particular purpose. So what I want to do is I want to go through here. I have quite a bit of fonts, but you know, they're not all winners, but I'll go through here and find something that I think is professional looking, but also has a bit of flair to it, if you will. So I'm gonna go with this Kubidak regular right here. Kind of like the way the R and the E's and everything has like a little inset line that kind of gives it a little bit of dimension. So it just gives it a little something to kind of look at. So I'm going to first close the gap in here between all the letters to give it a little bit more of a condensed look. And what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to split them up like so and kind of center them out. Oops, and kind of center them out here. All right, what I like to do, I like to keep it very simple for logos. A lot of people like to overthink it and they think that their logo has to be like a direct representation of what their company is and what their company does. And I think the best logos are when you leave up that representation to the person viewing the logo. If they can connect to something in it or make a connection in it that might help them remember you, that's really what you want to do. You want to create that connection with the viewer. So in this, I really liked the R, so I think I'm gonna utilize the R in this, somewhere in the logo to kind of be the mark of their logo. So what I also like to do is when I have fonts that are very specific like this one, it's very, it has its own features and its own characters. I want to also have something that is a little bit more on the generic end to have as contrast in case I begin to get too busy with the logo. So what I'll do is I'll come over here and I'll find something that's just a little more on the simplistic side of the fonts. So I'm gonna go with something that I love. I love this font. I use it on like a lot of the branding stuff that I do, and sometimes it can get me in trouble, but I really like this Avenir Next condensed font. It kind of gives off a Nike-ish vibe to me, which is modern, but also very professional looking. So I'm gonna keep this and kind of scale it down and put it here to the side just for later in case I'd like to couple it with the logo mark that I'm making. So like I said earlier, I just want the R from this Kubidak font because I like the way that it looks here. Already, it's kind of interesting sitting here by itself, and I could realistically just stop here and it's kind of interesting. But I think I'm gonna take it a little bit further and just kind of make something a little bit more for you to look at. So I'm going to create outlines on my font here so that it's not editable anymore with the text tool. And now it's just a path here in Illustrator. And I'm sorry if you guys are not following some of the illustration or Illustrator vernacular that I'm using in this video. This video is not necessarily for a beginner to illustrator, but maybe somebody who is a beginner logo maker. I think I'm gonna keep it simple enough to where everybody can kind of follow along with me. So I've created outlines on it now, so now it's just a vector image that I can manipulate however I'd like. Going back to earlier, I said the company colors were navy and white, so since we already have white as our background here, I just need kind of a navy swatch. Let's go blue, and then down here. If you go too dark navy and you get into like New York Yankee navy where it almost looks black, it's hard to tell. So that's still kind of hard to tell a little bit. So I'm gonna pump it up to a little bit. There we go, that's a little bit better. Okay, this is really just my swatch, but what we can do with simple shapes is I can show you how even using just 3 or 4 different simple shapes, you can kind of create a professional looking logo that works for a great beginner branding scenario. So I'm gonna copy this right here. And so windows on your house are square or rectangle. So I think the square here works very well. And I'm going to put it behind my R and watch what happens when I just change the R to white and I center everything out. So now I have just an R inside of a box, and already it looks like a more branded logo for a company that you might see. We can tweak things out, like maybe make it a little bit bigger, like so. I think I liked it a little smaller, something like that. So there's one example of how easy and quick you can make a very simple logo like that. So let's take that a step further. I'm gonna copy this R back over here. Let's see what a circle can look like. So we'll make a circle, we'll make it our blue color, and we'll put this here. We'll make this a little bit bigger, maybe smaller. And there we go. With just another shape, we have another design idea. For me, I do not like the circle as much as I like the square, but let me show you here what you could do with this circle option to maybe make it a little bit something different. So we can take this R and bump it up to where the top and bottom edges kind of fall off here, right? And already right there, it's a lot more interesting to look at. Now, is it fully representative of an R? Maybe not, maybe you lose a little bit up here, but it is definitely abstract and very simple though, to where it could get a viewer's attention. So another way you could get a viewer's attention with this is we're going to do this. We're gonna turn this into a stroke here, bring it on top, and just like that, we have a little bit something more interesting to look at. So group that, boom, boom. Let's do this same feature like we just did with that R. Utilize our square, but let's turn it sideways here. Copy my R. And let's do that same thing like we just did with the circle and see what happens here. So again, here's another example of a simple logo that we can have. So now, like I said, I had my text over here from earlier. I think to contrast the weird looking R, I want to use the side logo text that I picked out here. I think I'm gonna go on one line. Let's do like this. Let's turn it navy like our color. And just like that, we have different options for different logos. And there you go. So here in just a few minutes, we already created some interesting looking branding material for a new company. This all goes back to what I said before, is that a lot of people like to make their logo very personal and very intricate, and they don't understand the science behind what we like to see as consumers and individuals, what's very pleasing to the eye. We like for things to be left up to interpretation to us. We like that it's not just, it says what it says and that's what it is. And this is a kind of good example to where this doesn't necessarily say what we repair and what we do, but it is simple enough and pleasing to the eye to where if I saw this maybe 4 or 5 or 6 times, maybe through a Facebook ad or a feed of some sort on social media, that I would begin to connect the dots and remember about what maybe I saw this company did. So if you are starting a business and you are looking to have a logo created for yourself, don't overthink it. That's my biggest piece of advice from this video, is don't overthink it. Don't make it too complicated. And if you feel like you are stuck trying to think about what you want for your logo, ask a professional. Ask somebody online that's a good designer that can help you conceptualize something, because we all need help in this world, and maybe you're not a creative. Maybe you're the business owner, the business runner, and that's what you want to focus on. Let the professionals handle the things that are gonna make you successful later. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and took away some knowledge from what I displayed here for you guys. If you guys are interested in having your logos done, then you can hit me in the comments. You can send me DMs on Instagram. You can hit me on Facebook. However you want to get in contact with me, I'll leave all that in the description of this video. I can help you guys with logo design out there. You can also watch this video and take a stab at it yourself. So I hope you guys got some good value out of this video, and I will hope to see you next week when I think we're going to go over some of my previous logo designs and piggyback off of this video, and we will kind of rate what I did as a beginner graphic designer to something even more recent. I hope to see you guys next week. Peace out.